Hey everybody, it's Jen from RT Bits and Pieces. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes for people to get on, for the notification to go out that we're live. Pull up my comments over here so I can see what everybody's saying. So I hope you guys are having a good Friday night. Mine's pretty typical. I'm not a bar goer. We just kind of stay home and de-stress from school week, work week, and whatnot. Turn on my light here. So tonight we're going to do some kind of fall decor. Kind of like a centerpiece, but you don't really have to use it as a centerpiece. You can use it as whatever you like. I've got a lot of things from the Dollar Tree here. One thing from Walmart and a couple of like scraps from the yard. Piece of scrap wood. Hey lady, so that's either got to be Sharon or Sam, because they're showing up as RT Bits and Pieces, not their own name. All right, let me put you down here so you can see what we're working with. I'm gonna move this. I don't need this anymore. So I've got a square bale from Dollar Tree. These little buckets, you can find them in the wedding section for like party favors and whatnot. A little tiny palette. This wood box. So I actually acrylic poured on the inside and I didn't like the way that it dried, so we're going to repurpose it. I've got a couple little chunks of sticks. So little wood rounds. Oh, hi Sam. We've got some pine cones. You can get these at the Dollar Tree as well. Some fake leaves. I put these out here because they have color and I want to put them on towards the bottom. But I did go in my yard and get a bunch of, no, I did not, Sam. If you could take care of that, that would be great. I went in my yard and just got a bunch of dry leaves, which is what I'm going to kind of fill the bucket with, or the crate, so that it stands up a little better. Excuse me. And then I have this little piece of chain. You can get this at Home Depot. They sell it on a big, huge roll, and if you just need a little piece, you can just buy a little piece. So I'm going to use this. So this will basically be like a wagon, and I'm going to attach it and make it kind of look like a wheelbarrow handle, but it's obviously not going to stick up. And then I have this stuff. So this is full green lawn. I got it at Walmart for $3. It's just a 20-inch piece, 6 inches by 20 inches. I just cut it to the size. I got this is something I use for painting for Diptychs, but I figured I had an extra, so I'm going to use it for this project. You can use a Dollar Tree serving plate or anything. You can use the back of the signs, the holiday signs that they always sell, you know, any size you want. You don't have to use this lawn stuff. You can use foam, you can use construction paper. I'm going to use this because it's going to kind of be a universal. So this is something, if done right, you can use it for all different seasons and just change up what's inside the wagon and what's on the pallet and what's inside the little bucket. So you'll see as we go along. I'm not going to worry about painting this. I am going to paint the crate and the pallet and the bucket. So I don't really want the bucket white. I want it to be silver, kind of like an old farmhouse bucket. Goodness gracious, and I'm clearing my throat again. Excuse me. But we'll get started. Can see. So I hope you guys will say hey when you come in, even if you don't say anything other than that. Just let us know you're listening and hanging out. I am going to hot glue this to this board, and I'm hoping it's going to stay. If not, I'll pull out my staple gun and just staple it on there. So let's do that. And see if we can't get it to stay. It should. The back of the lawn is plastic. It's got like a plastic coating on it. But I found this in the Christmas aisle, and it's for like little, you know, those ceramic Christmas houses. It's for making scenes of that stuff. But I thought, hey, I can use that for something. And at the time I had no idea, but this idea popped in my head yesterday. I just decided that we were going to do it today since I didn't have anything picked out for today besides painting in the morning. We're on, whoops, day 6 already. My lawn's a little crooked here. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Unless now it's not going to stick. We're winging it again, girlfriend. Hey, Jennifer Baker. I got it in the summer when the kids did their fairy gardens. Right. I didn't see any at Dollar Tree, but I wasn't looking for it there. I just happened to see it when I went to Walmart that day. All right, we're going to try this again. Not really. I just want it to stick down. So if it's not perfect, it's not a big deal. I can cover it with leaves. Let's see if we can get it to stay if I hold it for a minute. All right, I'm just going to flip it upside down and kind of let its own weight sit on it. And we'll do a little painting. I heard Sam say last night she doesn't like it when I use the hairdryer. She didn't, yes, I love to craft. She didn't specifically say me, but I usually try to give people a warning when I use the hairdryer to dry paint or to move paint, because I know that the sound is annoying and it can be a shock if you're like absolutely not paying attention for a second, and then all of a sudden you hear this big loud noise. So I have some Deco Art Silver for the bucket. It's super metallic. I have some black for my palette. Hey, Becky. I'm painting it black because then I can reuse it for Christmas and it's not a specific like orange or brown or whatever. And then the crate will be red. So it should turn out pretty cute. The sanding is worse than the hairdryer. Yeah, I don't like to do sanding when I'm on a live, unless it's specifically a woodworking live. Then it's kind of goes with the territory. Let me grab a stick. You guys, Deco Art makes the most beautiful metallic paint ever. It's super thick, but it's super shiny. Hey, Mel. All right, let's paint up this bucket. I don't know how good this is going to stay. Probably not very. I should have probably primed it first. All right, we're going to improvise. So I have metallic spray paint, but I got to go off camera to do it because I don't want to spray that in my shop. It's stinky. All right. 2 seconds. Don't go away. See what I mean, Jelly Bean? Super shiny, but super stinky. I know. We have 4 of them. They were only in Dollar Tree for a couple days, and then they were gone. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Deb. So we'll let our bucket dry a little bit. We'll paint this up, and we'll paint this. We'll do the red first. I know watching somebody paint is pretty boring, but start chatting, ladies. So all this is Amsterdam paint. It's this brand. It's heavy-bodied acrylic. And I cannot say the red, or the name of the red. It's some weird name. But I just mixed it with a little bit of water so that it wasn't so thick. So it went on just a little bit faster, a little bit more even. And I chose red because you usually see wagons, they're red. You know, the traditional like kids wagon or even a hay wagon. Yeah, it goes on a little bit smoother and gets in those grooves a little bit better than if it was really thick and I'm trying to move it around. So either all you ladies have no dates for Friday night, or you're like me and just would rather stay home. It's funny how I tell the kids, I've got a live at 6, and they're like, okay, Mom. They know they don't come out and start jabberboxing my ear off in front of whoever is watching. But thank God I got the shop to go to. I don't think I could do this in my living room or the dining room table, or it's too much noise in the house. It is a lot of different cool stuff. I mean, it was good that I had all of this already just for all the other ones I want to do, or that we're going to do for 30 days. So a few of these things are like extras, or things I hadn't decided what I was going to do with yet. I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. I can do something with that. And I bought it and brought it home. But with most craft things, you buy it and you're like, I can make something with that, and then it sits there. And then you're going along, and months later, a year later, you're like, oh, I forgot I had that. I just did that with scrapbook paper a few weeks ago. I'm like, hey, Sharon, I got this cool scrapbook paper. I forgot I even had it. She comes over, she gets a few sheets, and then I'm like, all right, I'm going to make this and this and this with that. And I made that stack of books with it. We actually did that, Jennifer. We did it at Denny's last year in, God, when was it? Was it November? Yeah, because it was right before Christmas. And then COVID hit. Well, holidays hit, and then COVID hit when we were just planning to do another one, and it didn't go off. Should be in my garage finishing my projects. Seriously, Tammy. Get Tony out there. I saw him tune in one night for a little bit, and he must have been wondering what I was up to. Tell him to get out there and start finishing stuff for you. Alright, I am going to paint the inside. It shouldn't take very long. I could probably grab a foam brush. I'm really not worried too much about the bottom, but I want to get the corners. And it doesn't have to be a perfect job either, because I'm going to fill it with stuff. Hey, Jatora. We're at it again. I don't know if you guys saw the painting video this morning. Mel was on for a little bit. It's beautiful. It's drying over behind me. It is a vintage sleigh that I found at the flea market in Adams. I actually went there to scout out my spot for the following day, and there was a couple of vendors there set up. Like, I need to have that sleigh. Oh, here comes one.
Hi.
What do you need?
I want to watch you.
Okay, then you need to zip it. Here comes Miss Sassy Pants.
I got sassy pants.
Alright. I think we're good. Let it dry for a bit. It shouldn't take long to dry. This stuff dries pretty quick.
What are you making?
A fall centerpiece, kind of interchangeable with other seasons.
Oh,
No volume, please.
I know.
Alright. There's that. Rinse my brush. Yeah, I can't wait to get it to dry. Clear coat it, put it back together, and then put it in our house.
What are you making?
Hmm?
What are you
No,
making?
I was talking about the sleigh over there. Don't touch it, it's wet.
You making another sleigh?
That's the, huh? No, that's what I did this morning.
Yeah, but are you making another sleigh?
Right now? No.
No, like from our Christmas stuff.
Oh, no. Sammy says hi.
Hi, Auntie Sam. I saw you yesterday. I saw her on the phone and I said, hi, Auntie Sam, it's be right. That's what Poppy said, and then Sharon said, saying, hi, baby girl. And then she said, hi. I said, hi, it's be right.
I heard all about it this morning.
Yeah, and then Auntie said, is it right? Auntie Sam said, is it right supposed to be in bed? And she said, don't worry, Mommy's at work. We won't tell Mommy, she said.
Right.
Mommy, you're commenting a lot.
It's not me, it's Sam. She's logged into the the business page account, but that's okay.
What is she? Artsy Bits and Pieces.
Yeah, she has access to Artsy Bits and
What
Pieces.
does it say? She say a lie, and what is it saying?
I'm not going to read you every comment. You got to sit there and watch, or you're going to have to go in. You make your choice.
You made another sled? Right here.
That's from a flea market.
Ow. Griffith's inside Halloween.
She's telling on you? Yeah, Sam. This girl can just not keep a secret at all.
Yes, I can. She did tell it was a secret.
Alright, I'm not so worried about the inside. I'm just kind of doing the part that really shows a lot of wood. I don't care about corners and whatnot. But the sides, the edges, yes. Hey Bella. Hey Christine.
Who's Bella?
Your cousin.
Oh, hi Bella.
You guys, I hopefully Bella doesn't get mad at me. She's my niece, and she's always been, we've always been close. And she was just got acceptance letters from UW Oshkosh and UW Stevens Point and made the Honor Society.
How do you know?
I am so proud of her. All her hard work with school. She's such a smart girl.
What does that mean?
My Bella is super smart.
I know Bella is, but it's Bea, my
yeah.
birthday buddy.
Alright, we're not being perfect. Let me just get this other side and then we'll kind of get on with what we're doing here. The rest kind of just falls right into place because you're just kind of throwing everything together. Please stop. Together and putting it where you want it to be. So like this is, you could use this for Easter, Christmas, anything really. Spring or summer. It's just all the different things that you can find at the Dollar Tree to put in it. Once you have this main part done, the rest just kind of falls into place. Alright, palette's painted. You just watch.
What's that?
Alright, we're going to grab our green board. Just make sure there's no...
Doesn't have to be perfect.
Nope, but I just want to take off the excess paint. So it's... This paint covers so well. I mean, I barely put any kind of coat on it, and it's already dark.
And
so
dry.
Just rub it to give it a little worn look. And I'm just using a dry towel, so I'm not using anything fancy, no water, no solutions. And then I'm going to take my glove off and do the same with the box, just to make sure that it's dry, and so when I set it on the grass, that doesn't turn red or turn black. So like inside is still wet. Please quit.
You're making a noise.
Alright. So, let me turn this just a little bit. The box is just going to kind of sit here in the corner, and you can glue it down. You can use a staple gun and staple it into the bottom board or plate or whatever you decide to use. I'm just going to let it sit there so that if I need to move it to, say, brush this off, or like if I use it for winter time, I'm just going to be able to brush it off or vacuum it off even. So these are basically just going to sit here, and I'm going to kind of turn it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Let me grab 2 tools first. I'm going to put my chain on there, but I need these tools to hold it. So this chain has open links, so you can just open it however you need to. And we're going to stick this in here just to attach it to this one, and then we're going to close it back up. So I want it to be inside. Just so it doesn't come out again or come off. So there's our chain, which is supposed to be like a makeshift rope or handle, whatever you choose to call it. So we're going to take our straw bale Now this one from Dollar Tree, I'll show you the mess it's making. It does have two little wires around the whole bale, so it holds the majority of it in, which is fantastic. But I'm gonna glue on my wheels first. So this is just a stick I found in my yard, and I cut it to size how I wanted it, and I'm just gonna make makeshift wheels right on it. And I don't really need it to stand up, so I'll make them even with the bottom of the crate. Then you can get all fancy and make a little axle or whatever. Let's try to get it a little even so they somewhat match.
I'm back.
Oh, my glue stringies. Alright, there's our little wagon. Almost looks like a Fred Flintstone kind of thing.
You got hay? Is that hay?
Can you stop?
Is it hay?
Alright, so these I've used for a previous project, so I'm just going to set a few on the grass and around the wagon. Just for like decoration, scenery, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, in winter time, you can add little like fake snow, those little styrofoam. Dollar Tree sells like little bags of like styrofoam balls that are used for like fake snow. You could totally do something like that. Just decoration. Yeah, it's a little red rake, and if I had a little red truck right in front of it, we'd be good to go. Alright. So, I'm going to take my leaves, and I'm only using these for like filler, because I want that hay bale to stand up. And they don't harm anything. They don't cost anything. You get them out of your yard. I'll just add a few more. That hay bale is pretty weighty. So there is that. Our bucket, I'm going to take these pine cones and put a few in there and set them right on the bucket. Or right in the bucket. There isn't really much to this project. The hardest or the longest part is the painting. But the bucket, you can, like for fall, fill it with pine cones. For summer, you could fill it with anything. Grass, jelly beans, whatever. Just to make it look cute. So these are cinnamon scented.
Really?
That's what it says on the thing.
You smell.
So
Dude,
just
it
like
smells
that.
So bad.
I'm going to add a few more leaves on top of the palette. Then you really can't see underneath to the spots I didn't paint. And that is pretty much it. You could, if you have a Cricut, yes, I have a Cricut and I love it. It's fun. You could add some kind of saying, you know, your family name or whatever. Let me turn it this way. But that's it. Cute little centerpiece. On the bottom of the wood, you can put these little tabs. You can get them from the Dollar Tree. Little felt tabs so they don't scratch your table. Or if you use like a serving plate and repurpose it, you can cover it with fabric. You can cover it with, you know, that sheet foam. Anything, really. But it turned out really cute. Yeah, you could even throw some pine cones in here if you wanted. Or get another straw bale and set it up. You know, set them both up on end. I only have the one, so we're just using one. But yeah, cute little fall centerpiece decor that you could interchange for Christmas, spring, and summer. So you could fill this with like some fake flowers, or even in your bucket, or even fill this with like potting soil and just let it sit there, as long as you don't have little kiddos that would dump it over. Summer, you could throw like, I don't even know, beach stuff in there. Maybe a little doll towel and some sunglasses or whatever, just to make it beachy looking. Change this out for sand or flip it over. Like this one is, I didn't do anything to the board, so it's still natural colored. Let's see if I can tilt it. So it's still natural colored. You can see it here. But that's it. That was our craft for tonight. Super cute, super easy. So we got $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. Some leaves from your yard, a little piece of chain. You don't even have to put anything here. You could use a little piece of like twine or anything.
You got leaves from your yard?
Yep. And you don't have to use the grass. You could use construction paper or paint, whatever. I just used it because I had it.
Oh, really?
But that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. Tomorrow is, hang on, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Tomorrow is Sammy at 10 o'clock in the morning, Central Time. She's making picture frame ornaments. They're super cute. I mean, if you want a quick craft, those are pretty quick if you ask me. Sunday, 6 p.m., triangle scenes. So these scenes, these shadow boxes from the Dollar Tree, we're going to take them apart and redo them and then make a little scene in the bottom that you could display for Christmas or winter, whatever. I think the theme I have is more winter-ish, not so much Christmas. But we could make it Christmassy. I have some fairy lights we could wrap around the tree that I'm going to put in them. But yeah, so I hope you guys will tune in for day 7 tomorrow with Sammy. Sundays with me. Monday, Tuesday with Sharon. I'm not quite sure what she's doing yet. I have to talk to her a little later. She hasn't wrote it down in our group calendar, so we'll have to see. I thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed our fun little cute craft, and it's good for kids too. I mean, they can make it however they want. So I mean, if you can find them, you don't even need to use a palette. You could use anything. Piece of scrap wood would work just as well.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
But all right, guys, you guys have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Tune in to Sammy tomorrow and me on Sunday. Have a good night.
Alright, see you soon.